Dead in Hip Hop, long awaited album review. Ab-Soul, Herbert. We've done damn near every Ab-Soul project. So if you want some background info on him, go watch those other reviews. He's from LA. You're welcome. It's been 6 years. 6 years, guys, since the last release, and that one was Do What Thou Wilt.
You're from Carson, to be exact, right?
Carson, California.
Oh, Carson. Okay.
Damn.
Carson, Cali. That being said, I firmly remember the majority of us like Thou What Thou Wilt. I remember had very I can't remember the author. I remember
Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, see, Myke was all into that. It was a dope project,
and we were close to having him break it down for us.
We were very close.
Yeah,
you are welcome, Mr. Ab-Soul, to come and break down this album.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like,
I was concerned too.
I said, Mr. Ab-Soul?
No,
just the way you said you are welcome. Like yeah, you welcome, nigga.
Oh, no.
Like that.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you are welcome to come to Dead in Hip Hop and do that whenever you would so like to. It's an open invitation. You and the entire TDE crew, whoever want to come and break down their stuff, is wide open. This is where I'm gonna start the review. This is why niggas fell in love with TDE right here.
Damn. Okay.
This project is the epitome of what TDE has been able to build up to and the standard that they've set in hip hop over all these years. We have been critical of an Ab-Soul project, but this to me is the reason why I've loved TDE in general and why I loved Ab-Soul, because this is extremely introspective. Like, this man is literally pouring out his issues, his problems, his perspectives on super dope ass beats. And not only is he doing that, and I said this in Do What Thou Wilt, man, his rhyme scheme and how he raps is only a select few. Like, I really feel he's top tier when it comes to that. And he proves that on this shit from the get-go. No report card, hard as hell. The intro is really good. Message in a Bottle with Lance Skywalker. But then it gets to Hollandaise and you get that bounce. And it's like, damn.
It's crazy because I remember he released that single like earlier this year and I remember not caring for it. But this album version on this, and I guess in the context of the album, I liked it a lot more. And it had that beat switch. The original single, the single didn't have the beat switch.
I didn't think so.
So yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, is this a different song? I'm like, I like this song because I remember not really caring for it. I remember the next single, Moon Shooter, was the one I was like, I think we reviewed it. We
was
also
Joey always on it?
Nope, he wasn't. Joey wasn't on the on the single either because we reviewed it. We did a track review on that.
I thought so. I don't know if I was on it. I don't think I was here that day.
Yeah, you probably was.
Yeah, but I did listen to the single though.
Yeah, Joey wasn't on it.
And I was just like, wait, I don't remember hearing Joey.
So
man. Like what?
So, two things he switched up on this was those two.
It's kind of dope to kind of do that though.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
and it just kind of shows you like in the process of making music, those initial joints. It may not always be done. I may put it out there, but maybe I didn't really feel like that. Maybe it was a label thing. We never know. But at the end of the day, the finished product is fucking amazing. The first single I thought was Do Better. Because that was the one that I saw. Because that came out, like November
Well,
something.
there was a single before Moon Shooter, I thought. Because when
Gang in them.
the Holidays.
Oh, so Holidays was
that was a
Moon
single
Shooter.
before. Because I said it in that track
Gotcha.
review, like, yeah, I didn't really care for that one when it came out. But I was like, but I like Moon Shooter. But I heard this, I'm like, oh, this album version of this shit is way better than.
Yeah, I really is.
I want to say Gang in Them was also another single too.
I think it was like either a single or a snippet on Do Better. Like I said, man, it was weird listening to this because I did listen to most of the singles or whatnot, and I remember Do Better was a whole video or whatnot. But I also remember listening to Gang in Them. So I don't know if it was like a snip.
No,
so it was a single too.
Yeah, it was released.
So he released
on streaming
Holidays,
services,
Moon Shooter, Do Better, and Gang in Them.
Yeah.
So they all were singles.
Yeah, he dropped Gang in Them November 18th.
Yeah.
Well, shit. The first single that I had saw for me was Do Better, and when I watched that video and I was listening to, I was like, there's no way that this album could be bad because of where he was going with the context and the content of what he was where he was talking about, and then listening to that in the context of this album, it's like, yo, like he went there. I think he really went way below the surface of what people thought he was going through. You know what I'm saying? And really went there. And I feel like this was very therapeutic for him to get these things that he was feeling out. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there in his art form. This album is really, 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 really good. There are a couple of joints that I was just like,
I think like the second to last one. I did not like that joint at all.
Positive vibes only.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one either.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah, that was one I didn't care for either.
But
yeah.
I feel you. But I feel like it,
Right.
I feel like in the context of what he was going for this project,
Nope.
I was okay with it, but I didn't like it individually. You know what it felt like? It felt like something that Kanye would have tried to do, like on Donda. Like it reminded me of that.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
You know, execution, but I think it is what it is. How did y'all feel about the joint go off with Russ and Big Sean?
Yeah, Big Sean, man.
Big Sean snapped.
Big Sean.
Really?
This is crazy.
Big
this
Sean
run-
fucking snapped.
This is crazy. This run that Big Sean is on. Like, from me liking his
not
last
get that at
album,
all.
like really liking it to like going. What happened?
Ken said he didn't get that.
I know.
You didn't like Big Sean?
I did not get that at
Even-
all.
don't like
Especially
rap
that
then.
later half of his verse.
Man,
The what man?
bro.
No.
Big Sean.
He
He,
showed his
brought
ass.
it.
Flowed.
He
Showed
brought
his
it.
ass on that, King.
Props to Big
I
Sean.
thought it was a regression.
Oh,
No.
No, I think you're thinking of Russ's verse.
He gotta be. He gotta be right. No.
Nah.
No,
I'm
Big
not.
Sean was rapping.
I'm not as
Big
high
Sean
as
was
y'all
rapping.
three, but I'm not that low. I thought he was cool.
Big Sean was
That shit was
man.
good, y'all.
Big Sean was
Yeah.
rapping, bro.
That shit was good, y'all.
I was very much
Yeah.
impressed.
No, it was.
The way he switched his flow up toward the second half of his fucking verse.
It's so crazy how better he's gotten over
Yeah.
the years. Because I remember we used to talk this shit.
and that's why he's like this, I think. Not because of us.
I know,
I
I'm just
think
saying-
because the industry was making fun of him.
Bruh, like
So how did y'all feel about the other features on the project?
I thought Punch was good on Good Man.
Punch
I
was
thought,
good, too.
Punch was definitely nice. Joey Badass.
He did his
he
thing.
brought it on fucking Moonshiner.
He
That
did.
shit was dope. I feel like Fuck Out of My Face should have been a. I was like, where's Schoolboy? I can hear Schoolboy Q on that shit. Like
On which one?
Schoolboy. Fuck Out of My Face. FOM.
Phone.
Yeah, I feel like that shit had Schoolboy Q written all over it, man. As far as
I ain't think about it, but now that you said
bruh,
it,
if
now
you
I
listen to
hear
it again, it's like,
Now
okay,
I hear it, yeah.
I can definitely hear a Schoolboy Q verse on that shit, man. Like, I expected Absol to go like really, I ain't gonna say I expected, but I kind of assumed that he was because it's been 6 years. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot going on, you know, since his past 6 years. Then, you know, he mentioned it on Gotta Rap, the DJ Premier joint that he tried suicide. You know, like this dude was tried to kill himself. So like he's definitely been going through some stuff. So I was kind of expecting this to be definitely a personal, introspective type album. It wasn't gonna be like on some Control or like on Do It. Like I had a feeling he wasn't gonna really be on that type of stuff. He was gonna definitely be a lot more personable on Do Better. You know what I'm saying? That's another one. Going from the first 8, like I feel like the first 8 was like, okay, this dude is he's on a tear. You know what I'm saying? When No Report Card was dope as hell. The joint that I didn't like that I ended up liking, Holidays, dope as fuck. Moon Shooter, Goddamn, I thought Punch was dope as hell. And then Gangin' Them. That one actually grew on me a
I
lot.
mean, Good Man. You said goddamn.
Good Man. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Good Man.
He said
Yeah, Good Man.
goddamn.
Gangin' Them. That one definitely grew on me. I remember when I first heard it, I was kind of like, but I fucking love that shit.
Is that the one where the guy sound like Wayne a little bit?
Kinda
Yeah,
Fresh.
Fresh.
His name
Yeah.
is Fresh.
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with him. Is he?
I don't
I
know.
don't know if he's new either. Yeah,
I liked
but-
him on here though.
No,
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I remember when I first heard it, I was just like, I don't know about this one, but I love this shit now. But then for me, the only like the middle part of this album, I feel like I call it the halftime part of the album for me. Wild Side, Art of Seduction. Even though I like lyrically what he was doing with Art of Seduction, I thought that was cool. But sonically, I just didn't care for the song. And I don't care for Bucket. I didn't even care for Bucket like
Ooh.
that. Yeah. So those 3 right there was like kind of like the.
What was it about Bucket?
It was a kind of really slow beat. Maybe
It
that
was,
he's-
but
Yeah, I didn't care for the beat that much. So it just
song's dope.
so them 3 right there, that Wild Side, Art of Seduction, and Bucket was kind of like a slow down portion of the album, and then when Go Off, what's this? Fallacy produced by Hit Boy. That shit was dope as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
Like it picked up. Like after Bucket, the album it picked right back up for me. Then I'm with Ken. Positive Vibes Only was definitely like, I like it. Be like that. That was dope as hell. Church in the Move was dope.
Church on the Move was dope.
Yeah,
and Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert. Yeah, I'm saying like that after Bucket, like it was like it was right back on track. Gotta Rap, man. The Primo closer track. Oh man, yeah, that shit, man. Absolutely, it's like every time when you rap over a Primo beat, you going to bring your A game whenever you rapping over a Primo beat. So yeah, shout out to Absol making that the closer. Putting the LA dude on a Primo beat, man. That shit was dope as fuck. So, but yeah, overall, this was definitely a good album. I enjoyed it. I'm glad, this was he couldn't have not have been a bad album. Like if this would have been a bad album, bro, like I don't know, Ab. So it'd have been looking shaky for him. So he had to come back solid and strong with this one. I think he did.
This is a really good way to kind of close out the year with the albums towards the tail end. I wish it would have came out earlier because it probably would have somewhat made, if not cracked my 10, made it very close. Because I do. This was a very enjoyable listen. I do agree that there are a couple joints on here that probably could have been shaved off, because the album is like an hour and 6 minutes. So Art of Seduction, I ain't really care for that one.
I like what he did, but it's just like
it was cool. But every time I listen to it, I just kind of be like, I don't want to hear about how his dick is beautiful and all this type of shit. I don't want to hear that, like, personally. I don't want to hear that.
Right. So did you see like like how he was teasing the Jay-Z feature that didn't necessarily make it onto that album?
I did hear it. Was that on that song? Or
No. Jay. Okay, so back on, I don't remember the date. November 30th. Absol went to Instagram and posted a picture with Jay-Z that they were at a restaurant. And he put Soul Did in reference to the verse that Jay-Z had God did. And he said that, he reached out to Punch and he said, yo, I need to get Jay. He's like, I bet. So he made it happen. And it was like this whole commotion that he's about to get Jay-Z as a feature on the album.
I haven't heard,
but it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't hear about it, so I wasn't.
Might be a remix or something. Might be.
It might be a remix. I don't
somewhere.
I don't know, but I listened to this like looking for the Jay feature.
I got you. So I didn't.
And I'm like, well, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. I feel like this thing started off very strong and message the bottle. I was like, oh, here we fucking
Bruh,
go.
that's what I'm saying.
Like just kind of like it wasn't like a acapella, but it was just a very minimal beat. And then he's just floating on that shit. And then the beat came in. I was just like, oh my god, yeah, this is gonna be a good ass album. And like I said, it goes into report card and that shit hit. I actually wasn't a big fan of Fuck Out My Face Like That. It was okay. Really? Yeah, I wasn't a super big fan of it, but it was cool.
I like it. It's super trappy, loud. It's one of those joints I feel he can definitely perform on stage.
I think right after Moon Shooter, which is a little bit more mellow, it just kind of came in kind of abrupt for me. But Goodman was definitely good with Punch. Punch had some nice bars on there as always. Anytime he's featured, man, he kind of brings something special. Do Better, man. I know we on the live we was talking about some of our favorite tracks of the year. That's probably one of mine.
Do Better is probably one.
It's just something about that damn song that just hit for me. It just speaks to me, man. This has been a very stressful year for me, and it's just something about the tone and the notes in that song that just speaks to me. So I really like that Do Better song. So when it was a single, I definitely was playing it, and it sounds even better on the album. It sounds even better. Yeah. Ganging Them, I think is dope. I don't know who said they didn't really particularly care
at first.
For it.
I did. He grew on. I love it. I love it now. Yeah, I love it now. Like I said, when I heard it when he released as a single, I was just kind of like, But listening to it again, maybe it's just the context of the album. I was like, man, I fucking love this track.
Yeah. I fuck with Gang and Them. Ken, I'll be really curious to see, like, I want to know, like, why you didn't like Big Sean's verse. I feel like he really brought his A game on that, man. Like, it was a very, very, very solid verse from Big Sean. So yeah, that was dope. That was dope. And I think the one that stood out to me too is Gotta Rap. Like the whole God of Rap and Gotta Rap. Yep, man. I was just like, bro.
Hey man, Primo do something to these MCs,
that
bro.
Primo beat was crazy.
I know, he do something and these MCs bring it whenever they rapping over
that
this
was
shit.
a hell of, he opened this shit up strong and he closed it strong.
Yep.
This was a very solid Absol project, and I was happy, man. I was just like, man, TDE,
me too.
Still here, man. Like they still got something. With if these dudes are cranking out albums like this with the absence of Kendrick, man, They'll be fine. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be just fine. So yeah, that's the thought I had after listening to this album, that they're gonna be just fine.
Did it surprise you that J-Rock and Schoolboy was not featured on here?
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even really think about it. I was just like, yo, Ab-Soul put out a damn good project on TDE, and they will be fine.
Yeah, I think for me, man, after I got to the end of it with Gotta Rap, and then just him being as revealing as he was about his suicide attempt, because I was like, oh shit, God damn, I didn't know he was going through all of that. I thought about just like the myriad of discussions that have taken place over the years about Ab-Soul, where he's at, did he fall off, this, that, and the other. And this man was kind of going through some really heavy shit. It seems like. And then I liked how after that ended, it went, when it kind of starts to play again, it says he was talking about how people are critical of him. And he was talking about like how I'm on the edge, and something along those lines. I can't remember exactly how the words go, but, it was like that had a different meaning after I heard Gotta Rap. Because I could take that in a completely different way now. So I thought that was dope, kind of just letting it cycle back through and hearing that now with a different type of context. But yeah, I love the beat change on that joint. I thought it was a perfect record to actually set off the album. And I thought it was a good balance as well between, up-tempo songs, mid-tempo, and some of the slower joints. And it continued with No Report Card. I was pleasantly surprised to hear the changes made to the two singles with Moonshooter and Holodos. I thought that was dope. And it just really just kept rolling, man. Like I said, the only knock for me was just in terms of one of the songs there was Positive Vibes Only. And I think my favorite on here is definitely Gotta Rap. Do Better is even different. Like, I don't even watch videos, but I went to watch the video because I heard that there was like a semi recreation of what he did, so and it made it kind of like horrifying to hear that and then watch it. And I was like, oh my fucking God, like this dude like really did that shit. So yeah, man, I love how introspective, personal, and revealing he was, especially given his status and given the limelight that he has, to be definitely as open and honest about something like that. Ab-Soul historically has, control system. And that is basically his Illmatic. Like, that is the one album that when people listen to like his previous works, there's going to be an automatic comparison. It's just hard to do for some folks as human beings, but I like the fact that it felt like he kind of just continued to just do and put out and make what he wanted to make. And kind of got back to Ab-Soul. And I kind of felt like, given how personal he went, given that he's using like, this is my name, this is who I am, as a person. And these are the type of songs that I'm gonna make to kind of go into detail about that was different than what we've gotten in the past when you had Conspiracy Theory Soul. And I like that sort of level of maturity and growth that he's shown as an artist. And I think it also can do a good job of kind of breaking people away from like, control system will always be what it is, but let's just get back to putting out like universally like recognized really good albums where people can for the most part come together. It's like, man, that shit was really good. Instead of like trying to decipher and figure out what is going on here, like with Do Without Will, and then of course the mainstream-ish attempt with These Days. And I think he did a really good job of doing that with minimal features on here as well. And then just using different people, throughout it. What was that? His to open the track? Was that his?
I thought it was his mom.
His mom?
Oh, either his mother or his grandmother.
Grandmother. Yeah. And then one of his friends, man.
Talking about some Herbert can't fuck with Soul. His homeboy,
man.
like even Herbert can't fuck with Soul.
Yeah. No, this was really good, man. And I really want to spend a lot more time just kind of listening to it. But it felt good to kind of really get that old Ab-Soul back. And I'm not talking about control. I'm talking about before that, long-term mentality, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, okay, here we go.
The rapper that's here to rap. Fuck what y'all think. Like, I feel that, Ken. I definitely feel it's like a return of Ab.
I'm very glad that we didn't review this the day it came out. Because on first listen, I hated this album. I did not like it one bit. I thought it was really boring. The first time I listened to it, it was almost a chore to get through it. I was like, damn, bro, I don't like this at all. And then I had to do a long drive, and I threw it on when I was driving. And it was like 2 songs in. I was like, what the fuck was wrong with me before? And after like 3, 4, 5, 6, this is a great album. I'll get the negatives out of the way before we even get anywhere else. I hate, what was it?
Positive
Seduction?
vibes.
Art
Seduction.
Yeah.
Art of Seduction. I did not like that song one bit. And Positive Vibes, I really didn't like. Those are the only 2 songs that I thought were objectively bad. I was like, these are not good songs. These are not good Absol songs. I'm not sure why he's doing this. Those out of the way. The rest of this album, I was like, wow, this is not what I expected. And I think that might be sort of why I didn't care for it the first listen. I still go back to Do What Thou Wilt all the time because I'm still trying to figure it out. And I still think it's just a great album, but it's very heady, it's very esoteric, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly what he's talking about. So I think my brain was in that mode still, and I was expecting this to be more of that. So when he just came on with a boom bap beat and just started flowing, I was just like, this is not what I wanted. Now, yes. Even if this isn't what I wanted, I am happy with what I got because this is some good ass fucking rapping. The second Message in the Bottle came on. He was like, the Pastor Black Lip is back. I was like, oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's go. And yeah, every song from there, I was like, wow, this is great. No Report Card, Hollandaise. Now, I'm still not super into Moonshooter. I like it more in the context of the album, but I'm still not a huge fan of that song. But everything else on here was super good. I don't even really have anything else to critique here. I do think if he took off Art of Seduction and if he took off Positive Vibes Only, I think this would have been a fucking damn near flawless album. Yeah. It really would have. The only reason I didn't even mention this in our top albums because it just came out.
Yeah,
it just came out. I'd be lying if I'm like, oh, I listened to this more than no,
Right.
I didn't. I think that this is a fucking fantastic Ab-Soul album. They want to chop it up with soul like old Kanye. Like it's just he's clever as fuck. Now there were a couple of spotty moments where he would throw kind of like a silly bar in there that I didn't really love. But it's just good that on the same song he's still giving you these super lyrical bars where it's like, that bar I was just playing around. But here's this other shit. But yeah, I don't really have nothing else to say. Oh, Gotta Rap. Yes, I do. Hold on, Gotta Rap. Gotta
He said,
Rap.
hold
Hold the fuck on. I almost forgot about that one.
Bruh.
What the fuck was that?
Bruh.
Jesus Christ. Keep it a
was not-
buck, I'm on one. George Washington.
Washington, yeah.
Bro,
Oh my
come
God.
on, man. That song really showed Ab-Soul is a rapper's rapper. But yeah, I'm really happy about this project because I was worried. I really was. I was worried because we haven't heard from him in so long. And then I didn't really care for that one single. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know about an Ab-Soul project. Maybe he needs to take a break, but no.
He couldn't have missed. I just feel like he couldn't have. This couldn't have been.
I
a
didn't
bad
want
album.
him to miss,
Yeah.
but we've seen rappers miss.
Yeah.
plenty
I know.
of
I didn't feel the
times.
way you did, B. I was with Myke.
Yeah.
I was worried.
You was worried.
Oh yeah, I was worried. You wasn't worried?
I wasn't.
But I knew he had
wasn't
gone
worried
through a lot of shit
Oh,
too.
shit.
That was the
That
other
one-
thing. I knew he had gone through a lot of shit because he mentioned, he sort of hinted at the suicide thing before, and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, man, he's not doing well mentally. And then he lost one of his friends as well. So it was like, man, he's been through a lot of shit. But yeah, man, I was a little bit concerned because I just didn't know where his headspace was. I'm glad he tackled it on this project. He mentioned the suicide thing.
Yeah,
I didn't
he
know it was
did.
as bad as it was.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. That shit's
But
crazy.
yeah, man.
And I also think the public perception as well.
It's TDE and stuff, just
of
what
TDE
they-
and
Yeah,
Ab-Soul
sure.
was the last couple of stuff. Like, will they be willing to give him a chance? You know, so, and I think the music won out.
Yeah, because I
from
did
what
think
I've
it was
seen so far.
I did think it was odd. My bad, right? I did think it was odd that that they were releasing 2 artists who haven't released an album in a long time back to back. So yeah, that I can understand why that can cause some concern. I know I was kind of questioning that, like, wait a minute, you got SZA that's dropping, and then literally the next week Ab-Soul. It's like you would think you would let them breathe or something and let one take the shine or whatever, but Nah, this.
Shit, they've been breathing long enough.
I understand as far as the albums, like
No,
what the
I feel
album,
you.
They probably
yeah.
felt like it's two different markets, maybe,
Yeah.
because one's
Yeah.
a
Probably.
rap album, one's a R&B
Yeah,
project.
I was just like, damn, why would?
Since you brought it up, that says the album's amazing.
Huh?
Yeah,
Just,
it is.
since you brought it up, that says the album's amazing.
I started it, then turned it off. That's not negative.
Oh, I was like,
Oh,
what?
okay.
One thing that we haven't mentioned, is he beefing with Cudi? So that's not the Cut. That's not Kid Cudi.
No.
That's somebody else. Who is that?
It's not even a person. It's just like it's a slang.
Oh,
It's California slang.
Man.
Like for a person, basically. Or like a
Okay.
homie kind of, I guess. But nah, he's not dissing Cudi.
I was about to say, I
I
missed
might be
that.
talking my ass. I don't think he's dissing Cudi. I'm pretty certain that he's just mentioning Cudi as, you know.
I haven't seen it, but there was a headline that says he cleared up the line.
Oh,
so I didn't
okay.
see what exactly he said, but yeah.
Yeah, because he was like, let go and go to church, Cudi, or some shit like that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because it was on that Church in the Move song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
all
he's
right,
not.
yeah. I just want, I guess when I wanted to clear it up here, because I was confused. I was like, wait a minute.
The first time I heard it, I definitely thought that.
Yeah,
But then when
yeah.
he said Cudi again on Gotta Rap.
Oh, okay. I
was
don't
like,
think I
oh.
realized he said Cudi again. Okay, it was very clear on that one song.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
I was like, what the fuck did Cudi do?
Right.
Favorite tracks, give me No Report Card, give me Hollandaise, give me Fuck Out My Face, give me Do Better, give me Gotta Rap.
Definitely Do Better, man. Gang in Them. Gotta Rap. Goodman. Oh, and Message in the Bottle. Yeah. That's a pretty solid 5. I don't think y'all fucking with that one.
Give me Gotta Rap, Gang in Them, Go Off.
Damn it.
Fuck Out My Face, and No Report Card.
Let me get Message in a Bottle. Gotta Rap, which is probably my favorite on here. Do Better. No Report Card, and Gang in Them.
Definitely No Report Card. Ain't from Atlanta, but I had to earn paper. That was a hard bar. Hollandaise, definitely. Gotta Rap, definitely. Go Off, definitely. Shit. Did I say Hollandaise already? So I think I said Hollandaise already, so I'm gonna go Good Man for the last one.
And he said, I ain't from Atlanta, but I gotta earn paper, boy.
Sorry, that's what he did.
God,
Yeah,
That's
what I
that makes a
meant.
big difference.
That's what I
Like,
meant. Yeah, I had to earn paper boy. I was like, damn, man, that's
Yeah.
actually a slick
Hell yeah.
little reference.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Gambino intentionally did that with the names, just on some slick shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, no, I never even thought
Earn
that.
paper boy. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he even meant it that way.
If you watching Soul, you know what I'm saying? From a minute, I always felt that Jay was your favorite rapper, and how you play around, how you flow, how you do what you do, bruh. Like I've always felt that, and it was dope to see you try to get the feature for this album. I don't know what happened, but this album without it is still amazing, and I appreciate you being as vulnerable as you are to put what you're going through on record the way that you did. You know what I'm saying? I always feel that that's very big of artists to be able to be that vulnerable, and the music is dope. You know what I'm saying? The way that you rap is super dope. And I think after such a long hiatus, this is what your fans really wanted. You know what I'm saying? I think that you delivered on all angles. So I fuck with it. Hope that you are doing better. Hope that you're working on it every day. But I appreciate the work, man.
Damn good project, man. Appreciate the project to close out the year, man. Like I said, if this would have came out earlier, this definitely probably would have made my top 10, if not close to it. Yeah, man, it's just good to hear you in this way. You know, sounds like you have a clear mind on what you want to do and how you want to do it and how you want to execute the bars. And it definitely came off here, man. This is a damn good project. And like I said, even if it wasn't for this review, this thing is going to be on rotation, heavy rotation for me. It already is. So thank you, man, for being vulnerable, putting out this music, and just the artistry that you have and the way you have with the wordplay and all that, man. Look, I hear it. I feel it. Do Better is on repeat for me. So thank you for these songs, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Watching, man, great art. This was definitely a good, back on, back like you never left, or back for the first time type of, feel from you. Like, you like Ken had mentioned, this is like before the control. Like this is just you rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. So hopefully this is a good sign that, now you kind of back in the scene. We won't have to wait another 6 years for you to release another album. I'm glad this was therapeutic for you, that you was able to get, what you had to get off of your chest with this album. And I hope everything is on the up and up for you. So good shit.
Absolutely, if you're watching. Yeah, man, good album. I love the growth and maturity that I hear in it, the evolution. Rapping is on point. Beat selection was really, really great and mixed well with what you were intending to do on this project. And yeah, that was it, man. So after you being gone for quite a while, it was good to actually get a project that I would love to listen to if it took another 6 years. This definitely has longevity for me, so appreciate it.
Absol, I'll say it's great to have you back. I definitely echo B's sentiments, and I hope that you're doing better mentally. But yeah, this is a great return album. Like, you really show why you're a top tier lyricist. You have a lot of nice flows. This might be your best produced album as well. You had a lot of great beats on here. And yeah, man, that's all I gotta say. I'm glad you're still holding that torch for TDE, and I'm really interested to see what you do next. So great job.